Has this ever
Okay,
happened
so
to you?
Mic adapter now. Pull this thing off. Put it in here. And oh, I forgot the cage thing. Okay, 1 second. Huh? What? Where'd I put it? What the heck? Where'd it go? What's going on, everyone? My name is Chester, and welcome back to my channel. So recently, I've been messing around with my Insta360 X3 a lot, and I've gotten the microphone adapter for it. And also, I haven't really gotten the transmitter mount for it, just because the main issue that I've seen so far, or that I've noticed, is that once you take this door off, there's nowhere to put it. You put it in your pocket, you put your thing in, and then when you go back to, put everything back together, you're like, oh, where did my thing go? I've misplaced it. Like, I haven't lost it yet, but I'm the type of person to eventually have lost it. And I know it's only $10, but I don't want to be spending $10 every time I take off the door. You know what I mean? So my goal for this project is, for one, to be able to relocate this door and have it somewhere close to the Insta360 where I know where it is and I haven't misplaced it, as well as having a sleek design for having this mounted, as well as the transmitter mounted to it very neatly, so that it looks pretty sleek and be in between the stitch line of the Insta360 and be basically invisible to your video when you're shooting it. So yeah, let's go draw it up in CAD. Okay, so after some tweaking and measuring, I've been able to come up with this design. It looks pretty standard, kind of like your regular transmitter mounts that you could buy online. It's got the hole for the threads to go through, and then your 360 will mount over here in this area right here. And then it has a spot for your transmitter to basically clip onto. The only difference is I added a compartment here where hopefully my measurements are correct. And this is where your door would basically rest while you are not using it. I still have yet to figure out what I'm going to be using for the kind of like the hinge part where your door clips onto, but I've added this whole area so that hopefully it fits in. And I also added this slot so that it can actually clip in properly as well. So all I have to do now is basically 3D print this part. And I'm gonna, there we go. Nice. That didn't take that long, did it? Here we have the part. So you can see it didn't really print that good, but it's okay because this is just a trial part. So yeah, the first thing is I want to try to see if the door actually fits inside of here. This is the compartment that we're going to be putting the door in. So yeah, it kind of fits, and just like that. And I have figured out something, what I'm going to use for the actual bar here, so that it'll retain itself in here. And it's this keyring. We're going to use this keyring. I've already actually had two of them. So I've already actually taken it apart, or kind of bent it out, so that we can push this through. And as you can see, it's pretty much, I need more leverage, but it's pretty good. Like it's on there. Oops. Obviously it slides off sideways, but it's on there. So that's what we're going to be using for the bar. I mean, obviously, if someone's going to make this, I want to make it as easy as possible for them to make. This is just a keyring that I found that will fit. So hopefully, I mean, you guys, you can test it out if you have an extra keyring. Like I've had two that came off of my keychain that I don't use anymore. So I thought, hey, let me go measure this real quick, and the diameter just fit like pretty close. So that's what I'm going to be using. So that will go into this tiny hole. I don't know if you can see that. Focus, kinda. You can kind of see it right there. That's where we're gonna putting the keyring, and hopefully it'll be able to fit. Let's try to push this in there. I did melt this a little bit earlier off camera so that it'll be easier for me to insert for the video, but it's still kind of stiff, so it retains itself. Now before I go trim this, I do want to make sure that, again, it fits properly. So again, we're gonna have it there, and just like that. And you shake it around, it doesn't fall out. So I think it's pretty good. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do in my next revision of this. Obviously, it's a little tight, so it doesn't drop down all the way. But I also think that's because of the way that the keyring sits. Yeah, that fits like that, no problem. I'm going to go trim this off, and then we're going to put it onto the Insta360 and see how it actually works. and then figure out other things that I want to do to improve the design as well. We're just going to measure out roughly where we're going to cut it. So I'm going to kind of just eyeball it pretty much, because I want to be able to have enough to go in. So just like that, we're going to cut it right after that. So right there is where we're going to cut it. Side cutters here, and hopefully this is going to be strong enough to cut it, and hopefully I don't lose this. That was pretty easy. So now all we got to do is insert this into here, and like that, just like that. We got it in, and then to test fit it again, slide it in, and it locks in. Shake it out, it won't come out. Yeah, there's that. I think I do have to trim it a little bit more. There's sticking out just a little bit, which I don't like. Might be a hazard later on, so see if I can kind of pull it out a little bit, trim it, and then push it back in. I don't know where that part landed. Don't ask me where it landed. Right, it flew away somewhere, but there, nice and flush. Let's see if it'll flip out. So it does flip out. It's a little bit more effort. I do want to kind of emulate also the way that it flips out of the camera. Kind of like, you know, when you flip it out, it comes out loose like that, so that it's easier to grab. So that basically, you know, you can operate it one hand. So kind of like this. Oop. And then we pull it out. That, just like that. Okay, now to see if this actually works, we'll use the selfie stick that it comes with. It's a little tight, so I might make this hole a little bit bigger. Right here, it's a little tight, so probably gonna have to improve that. And then we screw in the Insta360, kind of line it up nicely like that. There we go. It is a little bit flexible, but that's okay. We're using PTG nylon, so it's some pretty strong material. And so yeah. That's what it looks like on the Insta360. Sorry, basically when you want to plug in your mic receiver, you just take out the door. Now you have a safe spot to put it in. You just put it in here, clip it there, and hopefully it won't get lost. And then you can put your receiver here. Now we got all our main components. We've got the adapter, the receiver, and we're going to just put everything together. So first we're going to take off the door again and struggle to put the door onto the bracket. And then goes the mic adapter, and then the receiver. Now to finish everything up, we're gonna hook up the wires, and that's what it looks like. That's the finished product. I know the wires are a little wonky there, but we'll fix them later. I kind of adjusted it so that the wire is kind of more in line with the actual camera. I know that's not the best position for it, but hopefully it'll be able to not be seen in the video of the Insta360. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see, or I guess can't see, the mic setup that I have over here. I think it's wired pretty well. I don't think it'll pop out. There are some things I do want to change on it already. Obviously the door, I want it to swing out a little bit better. And I think I can make the clip secure onto the bracket a little bit better. So I do want to tweak that. And I want to be able to make it a little bit more, I guess, parallel with the camera, so that, you know, it looks a little bit cleaner when I have a finished product. Because obviously I'm going to reprint this because the print quality was not the greatest and I didn't have the correct settings, but hopefully the next print that we do, it will be a lot cleaner. I guess we're gonna go back to the drawing board to improve some parts. And when I have printed that part, I will show you in a bit, which is like, you know, let me just cut to that right now. Okay, so this is the new design that I came up with. Obviously it's printed a lot better. I did make the compartment where you put the door a little bit wider, and I added this hole here so that, I'll show you later, the transmitter can actually clip in here a little bit better. I also improved the size of the hole so that it'll slip in better and I don't have to thread it through with the threads basically. Now I'm going to quickly assemble everything back together. I'm going to reuse the pin that was from the other piece because I don't want to cut another piece from the keyring, so we're going to reuse the piece. This one was a little bit more tougher to get in because I made the hole size just a little smaller for a more snug fit. I'm going to thread it on just like that. As you can see, it goes through the threads nice and easy. So real quick, I just want to show how I offset the bracket a little bit so that when the receiver is clipped onto the bracket, it's more parallel to the 360 camera. Also, these little nub thingies are the reason why I designed the bracket with the hole. It's meant to go through the hole so that when it clamps on more securely and doesn't have a chance to slide off of the bracket itself. I also did make the door compartment a little wider so that when the door gets flipped out, it does kind of pop out a little bit better. Obviously, it doesn't pop out all the way, but that's okay. At least I have a part where I can grip it now to actually take it off properly. Now, once again, let's put everything back together. So first we take the door off of the 360 camera and put it into the new door compartment of the bracket. Make sure that the receiver is clamped on nicely to the bracket, and then we put in our adapter and the wires after that. Just got to make sure that you move the wires out of the way so that's not in the video, and there we have it. Let's go test it out. Okay, we're back into the empty room. This time I brought a light so that you can see a little bit better, and hopefully you still can't see the whole mic setup on the side, and it's doing its job. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this design. You know, I'm glad that I did add the door because I'm the type of person who will eventually lose that door. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on how I can improve this design, do leave it in the comments below. I'm open to ideas. I'll leave a link to the file down below as well so that you guys can print this out. Unfortunately, I don't have any access to the other wireless lavalier mics. So I don't have access to the DJI and the Rode versions of my mic. I have the Hollyland microphone. So I only made I made this one specifically for the Hollyland receiver. So if you have one, this works great for you. This still might work pretty well if you have the other options, but I'm gonna see if I can make a little bit more universal design for this so that it'll fit all of them nice and sleek. But definitely will add the door compartment because I feel like everyone can use that so that they don't misplace their Insta360 USB door. So again, if you have any more suggestions on what I can do to improve, let me know in the comments below. I think I'm gonna end the video here using the 360 because I like using this as a run and gun type of vlogging style camera. It's actually a lot easier to use than my ACC 300 here. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I want to thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, I do a lot of random videos. Like as you can see, my previous video, I went camping in my ice hut, and now I'm making brackets for an Insta360. So I'm kind of all over the place, but that's kind of how I work anyway. So if you enjoy chaos, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I thank you in advance as well. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day, good night, wherever you're from. Thanks for watching again, and see you in the next video, whatever I'm doing in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.